Warren Dalton was born in Wentzville, Missouri, the oldest of 10 children. He came to Columbia in 1935 in the midst of the Depression. His first job that summer was waiting tables 4 hours a day at Harris's Cafe. That paid for room and board. He played baseball for Mizzou and was among those who were the first to graduate from MU with a degree in geography. That was 1939. He had been the manager of the shoe department at Hartsfield since 1938 and decided to stay on in Columbia and go to law school. But appendicitis and a chat with his father convinced him to drop out and make a career in the retail clothing business. It was at Hartsfield's that he met Mary Frances Alexander, whom he married in August 1940. They would move to Marshall, Missouri to run a clothing store, and there they had the first of their 4 sons. In 1942, Warren would enlist in the Missouri National Guard, and in 1943 he enlisted in the Navy. Warren participated in the successful invasion of Lingayen Gulf in the Pacific as a communications and operations officer. Now, a World War II Navy veteran, he returned to retail sales in Columbia in 1946, managing and eventually owning Suzanne's, Columbia's smartest shop for women, at 912 East Broadway. He and Mary Frances divorced in 1954, and in 1962, he met Pat, his love and wife of 40 years. Pat had 4 children of her own. While owning and running Suzanne's, they raised their blended family, the 6 children still living at home in Columbia. In 1971, they partnered with Williams Keepers to lease the burned-out Booth building at 10th and Broadway, and Warren and Pat opened the Columbia Mercantile Company. Warren was always active and a leader in civic organizations in Columbia. He was president of the Jaycees in '49, president of the Lions Club in 1950, president of the Quarterback Club in 1954, and district governor of the Lions in 1959 and 1960. He was also an active member over many years in his church. Warren always worked diligently to improve Columbia's downtown and the community. He began investing in real estate in Columbia in 1966 and has remained involved ever since as both a landlord and a property leaseholder. After retiring to Texas in 1980 and after losing his dear Pat in April 2003 to heart disease, Warren returned to Columbia. Over the past 11 years, he has become a prolific researcher, author, and newspaper columnist with 8 books to his credit, most of them involving Boone County history. He's worked to preserve the community's history in other ways as well, by contributing to the preservation of the historic Missouri Theater and remodeling the Dalton Building and the Booth Building in partnership with Dell Keepers. Warren just celebrated his 97th birthday this summer, and he still writes regularly for the Columbia Daily Tribune.
Life has been wonderful to me in Columbia. Columbia is a great city, and it's a great place to live. And you get a good education. Read, and exercise, and be honest in everything that you do. Be honest. And if you follow those criteria, you'll be a success. Good rules to live by.
Warren Dalton has added immeasurably to Boone County's heritage by working as a civic leader for 6 decades, by restoring and preserving historic buildings, and by writing hundreds of thousands of words about its history. Please welcome this deserving gentleman into the Boone County Hall of Fame, Mr. Warren R. Dalton.